know, this has been a very newsworthy week in wXw, and now is the time for you to address all your questions on this behalf.
Hi, Tass.
Hi.
With Christian away from wXw, who now has the final say in booking?
There's a creative team, and I think we'd like to leave it at that. So our creative team members are anonymous for the time being.
Just to play a little bit of devil's advocate here, we've seen with the progress in WWE working relationship that, for example, they were able to get Chris Hero to compete for them for Super Strong Style. If there was a more official relationship with WWE, would you be actually interested in bringing somebody like Cesaro or Axel Tischer or Axel Dieter in for something like an anniversary show or 16 Carat or something like that?
I believe we would be interested in using WWE-Talent if it was available to us. Yes, absolutely, that would be great. Like, I'd take John Cena for 16 Carat any day. That would be super easy to promote that. So, yeah, like which wrestling promotion would say, hey, you can get current WWE talent that is televised?
I mean, actually somebody who worked here in the past.
Yeah, that's even better if they're interested, but I think any wrestling promotion would take that offer if they had it. That would be fantastic, yeah.
Hi, Jazz.
Hi.
Let's switch over to a relationship. You can probably comment a little bit more on the Big Japan relationship. We haven't seen a real exchange of talent in a very long time. Daisuke Sekimoto has been over, but mostly on his own, if I understand correctly. Not with the Big Japan office behind him. How's your relationship with Big Japan right now? Since we got Kami over here, I think it's pretty alright. But have you talked to them for future events, or is there anything in the plans?
Yeah, our relationship with Big Japan has always been ongoing, so there always has been a certain line of communication. Of course, when business took a turn for them, we haven't been able to bring Big Japan talent over here for a while because, frankly, they needed to run their shows in Japan. Having Timo Kami here is great, and is a great first step, and I believe they have a ton of interesting wrestlers on the roster, and we'll see where we can take it from there. But the first step was, of course, bringing Timo Kami here, and especially to me. I think my second ever wrestling match that I watched was the Shinja Hashimoto match against some American. I don't know, sorry about that. So having Daichi Hashimoto here is super, super cool to me personally.
Good afternoon, Taz. Obviously, if this is something you can't discuss, this is not a problem, but back in March, April time, there was the sudden departure of Bad Bones, John Klinger, whilst holding the wXw tag titles. Is there any further comment on what happened? Is it a serious sort of issue, or is it just a matter of business want to do some other things? Could you elaborate more on the situation?
Yes, we have, I think the official wording was we had suspended one of our major wrestlers that has been with the company for a long, long time. And as you all know, we have suspended him in the middle of a feud as a current tag team champion, so there was something serious, something that we needed to take action and that we did take action on. However, we did never say we would never ever work with John again, but we suspended him for a certain time. And of course there's a line of contact. I've talked to John on, I want to say Monday, but might also be Tuesday. We're personal friends, we have a line of communication. We're going to go hiking in Switzerland next week, which is going to be super cool. He doesn't know that I'm going to make him walk up a mountain, so please don't tell him. But yeah, for the time being, there's no interest from us to work with John. But still, we're in talks, and the personal relationships are very much intact. Just the professional relationships have been tainted.
Hi, Taz.
Hi.
Just wanted to ask you, on the recent press release, it was stated that the holding company of wXw is kind of being split into two areas. And I'm just wondering really if you're able to clarify what that is, what it means, and is there going to be any effect on the product or the, say, tape library?
The easy start, there's no effect whatsoever on the product. It's merely a business decision. Up until now, there has been 2 wXw companies. One is wXw Europe GmbH, which is a limited liability company in Germany, and the other one is the wXw Wrestling Academy UG. So we pretty much split up the operation of the academy from the regular wXw business. We have always done that for security reasons and to be able to account for each party of the business. And we feel by now it was a good decision to take the video rights of wXw and move it over to a new company to also enable some of our longtime partners that have been working for the companies for our company, either as local promoters or as people who have done a lot of work for wXw, to benefit from wXw a little bit more directly by being actual shareholders and stakeholders. So this is why we moved the content over to wXwNOW, and of course the ownership of our Vimeo account, so the wXwNOW network is going to move over to this new company as well. There won't be any effect to anyone, I believe. This is not going to change a thing for the viewer. There's not going to be a resubscription, I hope. And it'll be super smooth and easy.
Hey Tess.
Hello Olaf.
With Christian being absent now for a not calculable amount of time, how does the work in the office in Essen change? So will there be any new staff members in there? Definitely, Christian has done a lot of workload there, so it has to be going somewhere.
Yeah, this is of course the one really big change. There's advantages and disadvantages of this being a burnout as opposed to, say, a car crash. Like, one is you see it coming and you can take steps. The other one is you see it coming and you can't take steps. Pretty much part of the burnout is that you don't notice it right away. So Christian has been underperforming for a little bit, and he chalked it up to, I've had a bad day, or a bad week, or a bad month. And at one point, maybe others at the office notice it, maybe your partners notice it. And then it becomes serious enough for you to say, oh, I'm really underperforming right now, I gotta do something, I'll take some time off. So this summer, Christian has taken, I think, a total of 6 weeks of vacations, and felt that afterwards he would be doing better. And once he got back to the office and started working again, he wasn't feeling better. So at one point he realized that there might be a bigger problem, and he got himself help and got diagnosed with the burnout. And the original plan was for Christian to take this leave of absence after World Tag League. And at one point we realized that he wasn't going to make it to Tag League because it was getting worse and worse. So we were shifting more and more tasks away from him. And the good thing is he was able to work with us on that to a certain capability. So on a good day he'd go to the office and work the 8 hours. On a bad day he'd go to the office and leave in 2. On a very bad day he'd call in the morning and say, sorry guys, I got to cancel all my appointments because I can't handle it today. So for us, we made the decision to not bring in anybody new, but to rearrange all these tasks to either people who had taken it over already, or to people who would then take new tasks and get rid of old ones. So for example, us outsourcing the ticketing is super important because it frees up 10 to 15 hours of work per week that can be used to take over Christian's workload. Of course, if you have been underperforming for a certain while, then a lot of the tasks that you have been doing haven't been done to your usual standards. So for us, we got to rearrange all of our tasks, and we got to play a little catch up and fix some of the stuff that had happened in the meantime. So this is a very, very challenging time, and it pretty much works because everybody at the office, as well as, for example, Felix, who has stepped in a lot as well, are working crazy hours right now. And I pretty much walk up to everyone and say, hey, that there's going to be a couple of super tough pills to swallow. And September and October are going to be terrible, terrible, terrible to everyone. And afterwards, we'll be a lot better, and we have a way more healthier business than we have before. So this pretty much presented us with both the necessity and the opportunity to rethink and rearrange everything and change a lot of our business models. And luckily, Christian was able to weigh in on all of this and use his expertise as well. And for now, we're a ship with like an interim captain, pretty much.
Hi, I just wanted to ask about WrestleMania weekend next year. Obviously, earlier this year, yourselves and WWN started a relationship with the training academies. Is that just a natural progression of that relationship? Or why now, really, is my question. Did they approach you? Did you approach them? What's the deal with next year being the year that you're going over to WrestleMania?
Well, we get this question a lot, and a lot of our team members have been pushing for, hey guys, you got to do Mania. And especially with the Christian situation, this might not be the super best time for us to do Mania. However, it's New York, and with the rumor towns after that, be it, I think I've heard Toronto, and I've heard something on the West Coast. It's all way more expensive to do, and New York is kind of easy. So we figured, okay, if we want to take this step, we got to do it this year because it's the year where it's actually financially possible. Then we started talking with WWN, and they made us an offer that we liked a lot. We took it from there, and we're super happy to run a full show during Mania week, and we're super happy to actually cross the river and run a show in NYC, which is something that we haven't done before.
Okay, we have final two questions. Trigger and Marcus.
Besides you going over to Mania, DDT was announced to go there too. If you could pick one DDT wrestler to appear on your show, who would it be and why?
It would be Takeshita, because Mike Bailey says he's the best wrestler in the world, and I think Mike Bailey's word carries a little bit of weight for us.
Small question about coming back to the ticketing again. Are you going to raise prices, or will the prices be on par with event team? Because I don't think the Eventbrite people will do the work for free. So how is that going to affect ticket prices coming up?
Neither answer is right. It's going to be cheaper than Eventim because the Eventbrite fees in general are cheaper than the Eventim ones. Plus, they've been trying to get us as customers for a while, so they made us a deal that's below the usual share. But ticket prices are going to be raised. We're going to get the same thing we got right now, and they're going to add a little bit of fees to it. So, for example, I think for a $21.99 ticket, the total is going to be like 24 and 20, 24 and 30. So it's going to be a little upmark on pricing from their fees pretty much, but it's not going to be the standard of what Eventim is charging.
And as for the US show, will that be on wXw-Now, or will that be streaming on Fight? And maybe also could you talk a little bit about how happy you are with wXw-Now at the moment in terms of subscribers and general feedback?
I'd like to table a discussion about how the US show is going to be aired, because we're currently in negotiations regarding that. With wXw-Now, I'm very, very happy. It's constantly growing, feedback is very positive. I like the quality of the content that we're rolling out. Like Katja is doing an amazing job with how all the marquees look, how all the features look, how Shotgun used to look or still looks. I like the original content. It's different. I like the talks, but I also like the more weird original content. Like the Spieleabend was super cool to watch. Seeing Olaf almost die during my workout and your workout was super cool. So I like wXw-Now. It's a cool thing, and now that we've added 8 other promotions and that we have a couple of more in the pipeline, I think it's also going to be a more attractive product than what it already has been.
Right, wonderful. Thank you, Des.
You're welcome. Everyone have a great day. I'll be seeing you next year.
HEADLOCK, der Pro Wrestling Podcast.